late going somewhere, and I'm like running out the door and we're laughing and we're giggling, and I had like a little like kind of moment, and I'm like laughing really hard, and I'm like, oh, and she's like, what, we gotta go, and I was like, I gotta go back inside. she's like, why? I was like, I just piddled a little bit. I have to go change.
Imagine sneezing and queefing though.
Hold on, dude, you didn't address the whole it don't go back thing.
Oh,
Cause it,
don't go back.
that's it. That's all. That's all you have for me.
Look,
It's like a rubber band, you know? You stretch the rubber band long enough, it doesn't go back.
our friend has a BBC, and he has said it himself that it don't go back. So
Has he slept with the same girl multiple times, and then her body just acclimated and adjusted to the size of his dick? And that's his regular partner, so maybe her body's just used
I don't
to
know,
that.
Sebastian, you know him better.
So then maybe if he stopped sleeping with her over a long period of time and she started sleeping with somebody else, her body's going to readjust to the size of whatever other penis that she's having sex with on the regular.
Someone's getting defensive.
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you this, okay? You probably, because you're actively in the gym, so you're doing squats and all types of other shit, you're very intuitive of your body and your mindset. Yes. But a normal woman who doesn't go to the gym very often, who is probably older or younger, it doesn't matter, they don't naturally just go back.
I don't know.
I think if they're shoving in a fucking...
I might have to look. I might, because how I see it is that it's like a muscle, right? So like, but it's not like a piece of plastic. Like if you rip it open, it's not stuck ripped open. It's more like putty. Like if you rip it open, it's gonna go back.
It's like a rubber band.
Yeah.
Like it'll like the more you stretch it, the less bounce it'll have back. You get it, it'll still snap back, but it doesn't go back to the original shape of it. Does that make sense? It doesn't go back to the same elasticity that it had previously.
Yeah, but I think that's less with use and more with age. Like the elasticity fades with age, not with the amount of dicks that you've had.
Yeah, but imagine a old rubber band that's constantly getting stretched. Now you're just getting more stretched and stretched.
I know, that's why I have to be more careful about who I have sex with. this old rubber band.
She's like, I gotta go for the Asian
doesn't
guys now.
snap back anymore.
She's like, I gotta go for the Asian guys because I'm getting older. It's not gonna go back. And they just can't.
I gotta be safe.
I was just stay as tight as possible for the rest of my life
until I have a baby.
Yeah. Then you're re-inviting those BBCs back into your life. You're like, come back in. I did it naturally.
Oh God, my friend did it naturally, and she said she needed 14 stitches after, and then she said never having a kid again. She's like, one and done.
Yeah, sure.
Damn.
That's what they all
14 stitches.
Yeah, ripped asshole too.
I don't know. I didn't really ask the details. It sounded terrifying enough.
It usually just goes right down, like down that little patch of skin.
I know what you're talking about, but that sounds terrifying.
You get a C-section.
No, that's even worse. You want to know? I don't think if you can do a vaginal birth, I think you should do a vaginal birth. I don't think you should ever do C-section because where they cut, and I know it's like more sophisticated now or whatever, they cut straight into your abdominal muscles.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is for that deep of a muscle to repair itself, and how long it would take, and how long you would be out of the gym, and how long? For me personally, this is obviously a personal thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, it would put you out.
They make your ass walk as soon as you get a C-section.
And there's very minimal chance of like full recovery. Like you're going to have muscle loss in that area. There's a possibility that it's going to look weird. There's been pregnancies that they've had C-sections and then they have that weird split in their abdominal muscles. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, my son's mom got C-sectioned.
Yeah.
You know, the greatest thing about the medical system, right, is that they're a little narcissistic as well. As soon as they C-section you, they'll give you like a day to like recover and stitch you together. But then they'll make your ass walk to go see your child, which is the greatest thing because it's the fastest way to repair your muscles. It's fucking genius. Yeah. They make you walk to go see your child in the other room down the fucking hall. And it's the greatest thing to see because you just see all these women in a fucking just walking like struggling. And they're like, I got to go see my baby. Yeah, and for me, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that. I think it'd hurt a lot more. I think I would rather take the risk of a natural birth. I think
thinking about just
There is, like-
tearing into my abdomen and just ripping a baby out through my muscles.
Yeah, I have a friend who's got like 4 kids, and
Does it look weird? I've seen women that after like the C-section, I've even heard women say their strength has never quite been the same again.
like pelvic floor. Or?
Yeah, like not just that, like their core, like they said they have like that kind of like a pooch, and it's always been really hard for them to bounce back.
No, not really. I always hear like the epidural shot is what fucks people.
Really?
Yeah, like because they have to stick it into your spine in order to get that numbness in, and if they like hit the wrong spot, like my son's grandmother, she tells us all about it all the time. She's still permanently numb in one of her legs. Like she can still move it and everything, but she has like this weird tingle of numbness that just comes on, and she's like, I've never experienced this until I got the epidural shot.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I hear about the epidural shot way more than the C-section.
When do you want the epidural
You want
shot?
more water?
No, I'm good. When do you want the epidural shot?
If you don't think you can handle the pain?
No, I don't think. Have you ever given birth to a child?
No, I've been kicked in the nuts.
Oh, don't give
Get
me
the
that
fuck outta-
comparison. No. The closest thing that I could say that I've experienced to what I could imagine would be childbirth was that
Titty punch?
I had a cyst in my ovaries pop.
Ooh.
And so it's like an intern. It's wild. Like an internal pain is so much more painful. I would rather like something be hurting like on my leg that I can like touch, and like inside, like you can't do it. It just feels
That's how
nauseating.
getting kicked in the nuts feels.
Yeah, for like what, the 2 minutes that it.
Wow.
Oh, God
do you have
forbid.
balls? How could you even say? It's messed up.
Because
but you know what?
because some childbirthing goes on for
I
fucking hours.
I think blue balls hurt worse than getting kicked in the nuts.
That's true.
But like
Blue balls?
sometimes like giving birth to a child takes hours,
Bro,
hours of that pain.
Blue balls takes hours to get rid of sometimes.
yeah, you're right.
Jesus.
Go bust a nut, Sebastian.
No, that does not help sometimes.
You're
Oh my
right.
God. Yeah,
I recently had
your
blue balls.
vagina splitting open from puss to anus, and
Physical pain.
and you're gonna
Physical
compare
pain.
it.
You were just saying, oh, I'd much rather feel it and I can
but
touch it.
Not only that,
Yeah,
but
you can't
then,
fix
but
blue
then
balls. That's
also
in your
like the
gut. You're
inside
like,
cramping, and it's like your whole body is internally spasming over and over and over again to try to push this baby out.
that's
I
how
can't
blue
even
balls feel.
Fucking up. You're so.
Yeah.
That's how blue balls feel. It's just an internal
I-
combustion of
I know.
pain, and you're growing.
I
and
really hope you're just talking shit right now. I really do.
Blue balls suck.
Not talking shit.
Blue balls suck so bad.
Guys, let us know if
next-
blue balls
no.
are getting kicked in the
Oh.
nuts
Bad
hurts more.
blue balls. Like no, everyone talks about getting kicked in the nuts, but no one talks about blue balls.
Next, I will invest next WAKU episode that I'm on.
Oh, God,
we're gonna
here we go.
get the pregnancy simulators.
Okay.
Oh really?
Absolutely, I'll do it too because I've obviously never experienced childbirth.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get the pregnancy simulators, and then we're gonna see. Then we're gonna kick one of you in the nuts, and then put the pregnancy simulator on the other.
Can I get blue balls first? I'd much rather get blue balls.
Oh wait, you'd much rather get.
I'd much rather get blue balls.
Blue balls does hurt a lot more.
Yeah. And at least I'll have fun getting blue balls.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. The last blue balls that I've had, I literally was almost crying.
bro?
So
Like,
you
it
can
was
I'm
bad.
so confused. You're saying that you can have sex with somebody and still have blue balls after you have sex with somebody.
No, we're on this thing where we self-preserve our.
Yeah, we don't give women our energy.
Edging, you mean?
No, we don't give them our
Kind
seed.
of.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Edging. You don't have an orgasm. You have
No,
sex
you can
without
stop
having.
orgasm without just giving them a seed. You just have to really.
You just
hold it
don't
in.
orgasm. Like
How do you hold it in?
You just have to really clench really hard.
it fucking hurts.
Yeah, it does. You have to just clench it,
like-
just hold the semen retention. You just hold
semen
it.
retention.
Why?
And then you just
Just
orgasm.
because we
you're
don't want
like,
to give women our seed or our energy.
So you'll put your cock in their vagina,
Yeah, but I won't come.
but you won't bust a nut.
Yes.
Exactly.
How unrewarding is that for you, though?
Yeah.
How would that make you feel? You'd be like, what is wrong? Is something?
I was
wrong
gonna
with
say
me?"
something bad.
I'm like, I'll give you my.
I was like,
comment
well,
to
first of all,
serve.
I actually like.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I get? Thumbnail.
I'm sitting here trying to be a modest adult. I'm trying to have, I'm trying to get wifed up, and I'm sitting here like, I like to eat cum.
Yeah, nice. You cum slut.
Listen,
Love it.
I'd rather it there.
A lot of nutrition.
I'm not on birth control, so I'd rather it in my mouth than in my uterus.
Nice.
I don't need any babies. No buns in this oven.
You got
no,
Plan
thank
B,
you.
baby.
I'll swallow all these kids. I don't want to do that. I'm at this point in my life where I've thought this through very carefully before ever saying it. I'm at a point in my life where maybe if I was in my 20s and I didn't have shit figured out, if I made the mistake of getting pregnant, and it's just because I feel like I have to walk the walk if I'm going to talk shit about it.
Yeah.
I'm at a point in my life where I'm stable enough emotionally, or I'm working on myself good enough where I'm somewhat financially stable. I'm able to take care of myself if I had to. That if I got pregnant, even if it was a fucking accident with somebody that didn't, I would have the baby. There's no ifs, ands, or there's no discussion.
That's good.
Point.
That's awesome.
If it happens, even if it's an oops, like that's why also I think I've made that decision also because I think I'm way more selective about who I do sleep with. So even if it was an oops, I'm like, well, it looks like we're having a baby.
Would you make him? If you
There's nothing he can say. I don't at this point in my life. There's nothing he can say to me to convince me.
So you'd be okay being a single mom
I would have to be
with no financial support?
if I fucked up that bad at this point in my life. Yeah, I'd have to be.
Cool.
you wouldn't ask for child support?
Oh, of course I. Well, I know I would ask for him to support the child.
What if he doesn't want to support the child?
Well, then yes, child support.
Hold on, but you're giving him no option to cop
I guess he shouldn't have nutted inside of me.
Maybe you shouldn't have let him have access to your pussy.
But and I wasn't.
Who gets to choose who gets sex? The man
We
or the
both
woman?
do.
No,
you let him enter your home.
But here's the thing. I let him enter my home fully aware that I'm not on birth control. I do not leave that a secret to anybody. I do tell everybody. Like if I've ever been, I haven't been on birth control in over a year. I've never felt better in my entire life, by the way. Like I feel the healthiest I've ever felt.
Yeah, I
feel
agree.
like you have
I
more of a sex drive?
Yeah.
don't think women should be on birth
Hands
control.
down. I think birth control, for as long as I was on it, it was the biggest mistake of my life.
How long?
I was on it since I started my period.
So 12, 13?
I was 13,
Wow.
going on 14. And obviously there's been like periods of time between where
Almost 20 years.
yeah, there's been periods of time where I haven't been on it, but it's only been like 6 months or 8 months. And then I'd go back on it and then like on it for long runs of time. And the only reason it was is obviously I was a kid and I didn't know better. And, not to like insult my mom, but I think she made a really poor decision. I was having a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So like, that's when I was getting those cystic things like bursting in when I first started getting my period. And I remember mom took me to the doctor and the doctor was like, well, one way to stop that and to make sure her period just stays natural or like to stay regular is to put her on birth control.
Right.
And they're like, since she's so young, we just put her on the lowest dose possible. Because I wasn't having sex. I didn't have sex until I was 18 years old,
Right.
but I was still on birth control since I was 14. So it's like this wild thing. And then it's like you grow up with this, like, well, I take it to keep for whatever reason. You take it because the doctor told you when you were 14 to take it.
Right.
And then I just kept taking it forever. And then when I started having sex, I took it as obviously a preventative measure. And then I just never stopped.
You know what's interesting? Okay, there's so many things that are coming up for me right now. Number one, never just trust the medical system, right? Number one. Number two, super interesting because do you see how your brain has changed now that you're off of birth control? Because I'm sure that like before when you were on birth control, you were thinking totally different.
I think when I was on birth control, I was a little bit more sexually promiscuous, which is wild to think about, but I didn't have as high of a sex drive. So it's like,
Yes. Remember how we were talking about how like we think women are more masculine because of, because remember what's going on with
and
birth
now
control
I'm
is
definitely
that
more like
you're putting more estrogen into your body, which creates a higher level of testosterone.
Yeah.
So women naturally become more.
I'm a little bit more emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
Not in a like a like, oh, she's acting crazy way, but definitely like I find myself to be a little bit more
like,
sympathetic,
yeah, that's cool.
emotional. Like it's like a kind of different.
Yeah, most women I'm like thinking about most women that aren't on birth control are a little bit more feminine.
Yeah.
Than women that are on birth control.
But also I find my sexual experiences are much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
My interactions with men are much more enjoyable. It's a lot easier for me to, and I don't want to say it's all because I got off of birth control, but like it's easier for me to be like very open about certain things, like straight, like it's easier for me to express myself. Obviously that comes from personal work too. Like I've been working on things, but I've had noticed like a physical difference. I feel healthier. I feel more awake, more alert.
But I'm just saying that because I personally know what it's like to have hormones alter the way your life is. Like a lot of men do. Like the T levels of men right now is also contributing to this whole like unmasculine, super feminine, male statistics right now.
Yeah.
So for women like you who have been on it since you were a little girl, I mean, you technically don't even know what life is like without additional hormones.
And it's funny because I've had so like I said, I always tell people now because it's been almost 2 years that I've been off birth control now, and I always tell people I'm not on birth control, and every time the guy's always like, well, I mean, like, would you get on birth control? No. Art bet, it's not gonna happen.
What's up, guys? Did you guys like that clip? I know you did. We work our asses off. Click this video right here. Just click it. Dude, it's floating. Just click the clip. Click it.
Y'all must have got amnesia. Forgot how I chew a beater. Cooking up the track, I'm the baker just like Anita. This that 5-star Michelin quality you can eat up. We at Sandy Lane, Ryan Barbados, smoking to get my chia.